Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of She Plays Final Fantasy XIV, a realm reborn with Kovu and Riku, who I got at the Final Fantasy XIV 2016 Fan Fest of Las Vegas, which was incredibly fun, by the way. I got to meet some amazing people, but we'll probably get into that later, or maybe probably on my Facebook or Twitter. Usually during my live stream, I'll talk about that kind of thing, but for now, let us move on. So today, instead of continuing our job quest, which in order to become either scholar or summoner, which is the two class jobs that this class can become, we have to level another class. This sounds confusing. Don't worry, it's actually quite simple, but we'll get into that in just a moment. But first, today, we're going to be doing something a little different. We're going to do this little side quest, which is we're going to open up the White Wolf Gate, and then we're going to pick up a craft. So Kovu, is it not? I've been following your exploits with great interest. You have served them so well, but I believe your greatest accomplishments are yet to come. It is with such lofty expectations that I would grant you passage beyond Gridania's own White Wolf Gate. Take this pass and show it to this incredibly long name, the Gatekeeper. Gird yourself well for the battles to come, and I am sure that news of your deeds will reach me again before long. Alright, so easy peasy lemon squeezy quest, which is to run over here. Oh man, that's so far away. Ah, here we are, Francois. Only those who possess a gate pass may travel through the White Wolf Gate. It is for your own good. The fearsome beasts that lurk beyond would tear an unprepared adventurer limb from limb. So you think. I've got a pass. You have papers? Let us see now. Yes, everything appears to be in order. Go in safety, Kovu. In the future, should you wish to pass, you need only say the word. Alright, so easy quest, but significantly important if you ever wanted to know how to get through the White Wolf Gate, which takes you into a higher level version of the Black Shroud, which is not terribly high level, it's only like around level 30-ish, but it's good to have, and you can actually use a teleport to get there now as well. So, moving on! Alright, so time to get to the heart of the matter. We're gonna go ahead and join the Carpenter Guild, as we stated in another level before, because you asked for it. All one of you. Greetings, adventurer, and welcome to the Carpenter's Guild. We are the artisans who take wood and grant it new form and purpose as the archer's bow, the lancer's spear, and novice shield. If carpentry holds any appeal, you should consider joining our guild. Might you be interested in learning the ways of woodworking? Why, yes, I would be interested in learning the ways of woodworking. Wonderful, wonderful. Now, before we proceed, I think it only right that I acquaint you with our guild's storied past. Since the founding of Gridania, we have built our homes and crafted our weapons from the trees of the Twelve's Wood. As our nation grew and prospered, the woodworker's repertoire expanded to encompass a greater variety of articles, and carpentry developed into an art. At first, there was no association of carpenters. Each individual worked and sold his services independently. However, the advent of water mills meant that more efficient construction methods were needed, along with formalized maintenance regimes, all of which necessitated organization. The Carpenters Guild was founded to oversee the operation of water mills and promote cooperation between woodworkers. Now, I must mention at this point that we owe much and more of our prosperity to the Great Loam Growlery. Thanks to the hard-working botanists, we are blessed with the finest lumber in all of Eorzea. This confluence of ideal circumstances allow us to provide all manner of goods and services to the people of Gridania. My apologies, that was rather longer than I intended. Still, I trust you have gained a greater understanding of our guild. Honestly, I was only half paying attention. We expect our members to drink deep of the collected wisdom that the guild has amassed over the course of its history, to actively seek an understanding of wood and the techniques required to work it, rather than simply waiting to be taught. We expect, in short, nothing less than total commitment to the craft. If you wish to start down this path, speak to me once more. I shall explain to you the enrollment process. Well, yeah, I guess we're just gonna have to do it. Go ahead and accept. Wonderful! I should mention at this point that Timbermaster Beaton assesses all would-be apprentices personally, so you will need to obtain his approval before you begin. Timbermaster Beaton can be harsh and an unforgiving man, but if you love the craft and have the will to learn, you could ask for no better tutor. He is, quite simply, the finest carpenter in Gridania. Of course, it will take you some time and no small amount of effort to comprehend the full extent of his teachings, but you may rest assured that he will not lead you astray. That said, when you meet him, I would advise you choose your words carefully and, resist the urge to run away. Why? Was he scary? Does he have a pimple? Oh my goodness. He's got something wrong with his face, hasn't he? He's got bad odor, don't he? Another green adventurer come to play with saws. Well then, I suggest you first speak with it. Oh, you've met with Korg, have you? That is well, but know that the decision to initiate you into the guild rests with me. Tell me true, adventurer. Have you a mind to devote yourself to the art of carpentry? Yes, sir, I do. The look on your face bespeaks determination, or mayhap trapped wind. Still, you look strong enough to hold a saw, and if your resolve is indeed genuine, I give you leave to remain for the time being. However, you are useless to me in your current state. You are as a seedling, some potential perhaps, but no more than a thrive than perish. Experience is what you require, boy, and I shall give you the means to acquire it. Take this saw. It is old, yes, but sharp as needs be. Now prove to me that you are not completely incompetent by taking up your new tool. Once you have done so, present yourself to me for inspection. Okie dokie! So we take our new tool here, so we're gonna become a brand new us. So say goodbye to the Arcanist thingy. We're gonna go equip this saw. Oh my goodness, we're naked. We need to get some clothes. There we go. We are no longer naked. Alright. I'm a carpenter man. Doing what a carpenter man can. Good. You have proven that you know how to grip a saw, but do not mistake it for a mere tool, for it is a part of you, of your arm. And can you put down part of your arm? No. Mark me then, if you do put it down, or worse, lose the bloody thing, I shall use mine own saw to demonstrate to you the pain of losing a limb! Ah, but I jest. One-armed carpenters are scarcely half as useful in my experience. In any case, merely holding a saw does not make you a carpenter. Whatever some might think, you must become one with it, and learn to feel with it as you work the wood. To wit, you must first know the wood. Demonstrate your knowledge by bringing me a length of maple lumber. Maple lumber is made from maple logs, just so. Our man for all by the entrance will furnish you with such logs for a nominal price. Of course, any fool knows that fresh-cut logs are laden with water. To guard against decay, we use wind shafts to hasten the natural drying process. Do not forget to do the same. Alright, so now we gotta do that. So we now have a crafting log at our disposal, and we need to make a maple lumber, which over here is our supplier man. Doing what a supplier man can. We're gonna look for maple log. Alright, right here. So we're gonna buy about, let's get 10 of them. Why not? Get that, and yes. Alright, so easy peasy lemon squeezy. And then what we're also going to do is grab our command here, crafting log, and we're going to put this right here. That way we can access our crafting log whenever need be. So let's go ahead and do that. And we're going to select the crafting log, and it will bring up our crafting log, which is nice and easy to understand. So you will see a list of items that you can craft. The maple lumber, the maple clogs, the maple charcoal, and so on and so forth. Here's the ingredients that you need, as well as the crystals necessary in order to complete the craft. Now, we need the maple lumber. We have 3 maple logs, and we're going to go ahead and synthesize. At level 1, obviously, you're not going to have much to work with, but, you know. So what this thingy is a nice little menu, and you just toss it out the window. I mean, not really. Okay, so things you need to pay attention to in this menu, because this is a very important menu. Very important. So, your durability. When the durability hits 0, your craft will fail or succeed, depending on... Actually, no, it's just going to fail. And you'll lose the craft and more likely lose your ingredients as well. You don't want that. Right now, the condition is normal, which is the white... This ball of light here will actually change colors as you perform the craft. It can either be white, red, rainbow, which means it'll like fluctuate through different colors, or purple. The white is normal, the red is like a higher quality, and then the rainbow is like the best quality, and then the purple is like the worst quality. It's bad, condition bad. So the whole point is you want this progress bar to fill up. By the time the progress bar fills up before the durability reaches 0, you will complete the quest and get your required item. If by the another thing to keep in mind is the quality bar. So you want to raise the quality bar as much as you can while you're raising the progress bar. Or you want to raise this as much as you can before you complete the progress bar, because the higher the quality, I mean, that kind of speaks for itself. But at the moment, considering we're only level 1, there's only one thing we can do, is basic synthesis. As you level up, you'll get more abilities and so on and so forth. So we'll go ahead and use basic synthesis once, and you'll see the progress bar has gone up and the durability has gone down. High quality right here, percentage has not changed. This will only grow when the quality bar here gets up higher. The max quality you can get is 312, and the max progress you can do is 9. Just one basic synthesis got us 6. So we're gonna go ahead and do number 2. And progress bar complete. You got your experience points. You got a bonus for it being the first time you completed it, and you are good. So now that we have crafted our maple lumber, we'll go ahead and bring it back to Beaten. Hopefully that all made sense. It's a learning process, the whole crafting thing, but that's the bare necessity is basics. As I mentioned before, Furl has logs in his stock, as well as many other materials you may require. Or if you're ready, show me what you've bought. Yeah, well, I didn't buy it. I made this myself. So what you think of that, huh? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Da-da-da. Yes, I feel it. The wood tells all. There were no careless cuts. Saw and Carpenter moved as one, as if dancing. Do you see this grain? How it flows softly like syrup. Durable yet pliant, suitable for weapons and armor both. This, child, is maple. Trace the grain with your fingertips and memorize the lines. Consider every characteristic when choosing your materials. That is what it means to be the wood, or to know the wood. The maple lumber you have brought me is acceptable. You have passed the first test. Yet for all it has grown, your knowledge is still lacking. You must needs learn more. Our true carpenter knows the quality and uses of every tree in the forest. When you know the lines of the maple better than those upon your own hand, return to me. I shall have another test for you. Until then, child. So, now we have to reach level 5 carpenter in order to get our next quest, which will be pretty easy. I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll be back in just a moment. I mean, especially considering, come on, we're already level 2. We got this. We got this. And there you have it. Actually have level 5. So also, I want to show you guys what happens when you fail. So I'm going to do 2 of these guys. Now, it's not a huge deal if you fail, but actually all I did right here was just went down the list until I could get to something that I couldn't really make, which is the amateur spinning wheel. Although, considering we just leveled up, we might actually be able to make it now. Maybe. No, it doesn't look like it. Because we're only wearing, like, really basic gear. You really want to wear crafting gear. It's, like, incredibly important. Alright, so that's what happens if you fail a synthesis. We came close to getting it, but that's okay. I'm surprised we didn't actually lose our ingredients, but hey, you know what? Whatever. Anyway, so now that we're level 5, let's go ahead and talk to Beaten. Hey, Beaten, guess what? I'm a level 5 now. What you gonna do about it? It is plain that from your bearing that you and your saw have begun to move as one, as true partners. Good, you are ready for the second test. You must be the wood. Before you brought me maple lumber to demonstrate your knowledge of wood. This time you will demonstrate your ability to create with it. I bid you craft me 3 maple shields. For this you will require maple lumber and bronze rivets. As you would expect, our guild supplier for roll has no shortage of that which you would require. Should you desire a more economical solution, however, you might consider a more traditional method of acquisition. Many materials essential to our craft are harvested by the steadfast allies, the botanists of the Great Loam Growlery. Were you to befriend one of their number, you might be able to come to a mutually beneficial agreement. Or, if you would rather not be beholden to another, you could even try your hand at botany. Now go and do not disappoint me. Alright, so we just got like 3 maple shields, which you'll find right here. So even though I can see this right here, they actually have a search feature, which was recently added. You lower people in here, you're so lucky. And if you want to do that maple and enter, and you'll see all the maple things you can craft. That's lovely, isn't it? It's so nice. So the square maple shield, so we already actually have all of the ingredients. I don't think we'll be able to do it. The difficulty is 33, durability is 60. We'll go ahead and give it a shot. Oh yeah, we're not gonna be able to do this. That's okay. So we're gonna go ahead and fail the synthesis, and then we're gonna go ahead and gear up. We need some good, decent gear here. So wait, are we gonna do it? Oh snap, we did it! All right, so we do need to do 3 more, but I'm not gonna chance it. I am still gonna go and get some gear. I will be right back in just a moment. Okay, so when it comes to gear, I will offer this bit of friendly advice. Never, ever, ever buy gear from the market boards at level 1. Ever. It's incredibly overpriced and completely unnecessary, and you're going to save yourself a lot of gil if you go to someone like this guy right here. So I have already bought my stuff. You can go ahead and field gear right here. And you go through the list. This is all low-level stuff that you can get. And look, it's reasonably priced. If you go to the market boards, you're more than likely going to look at a few more hundred gil to a few thousand gil. So definitely not worth the price. Let's go ahead and gear up. Recommended. Let's get all the stuff that we just got. Oh god, we look so horrible. But considering what we were just crafting, we should be doing a lot better with our crafts. Oh god, it's so ugly. Okay, so if you remember how we were before, it was absolutely terrible. Watch how much we've improved just by changing some gear. Look at that. Normally it was down to here, so I'm gonna get this up to about progress. We're gonna do 1 more progress. Yeah, so if we do 1 more progress, we're definitely gonna get this craft. However, we still have 30 durability left out of 60, so instead I'm gonna use this brand new ability I just got called Basic Touch. We're gonna head and use that. And we failed, but that's okay. So even though durability went down, it was worth a shot. There is a chance you'll fail. There we go. Okay, so now that we got a success, durability's at 10, and quality has gone up to 3%, which is not great, mind you, but it is better than if we had kept it at 1. So since durability is at 10, we're going to go ahead and finish up the craft, because if we try to go for Basic Touch again, we're going to break it, and we don't want that. That's like the last thing we want. So let's go ahead and get Basic Synthesis up again. Alright, now we're going to go for Basic Touch again. Nice, so far. And nice, and we managed to get it up to 5% this time before durability at 10. Again, you don't want to use Basic Touch when durability is at 10, or else you will break it. So you want to go for Basic Synthesis. Keep in mind, it is not a guaranteed craft, so if you do use Basic Synthesis at 10%, there is a chance that you will break it. So just always keep that in mind. So let's go ahead and talk to Beaton. What's this? Have you already bent the wood to your will? Why, yes, I have. Here you go. You are no workaday carpenter. This much is plain. Well done, child. Your shields are most satisfactory. The pattern of the grain, the lingering scent of maple, your choice of materials is excellent, and the construction above criticism. Few carpenters can claim such skill. No, they look like crap to me. The Ellison once favored shields of wood. Do you know this? Today it is not so. They, like your adventurer brethren, are wont to choose the surety of the armorer's metal. But a shield of wood provides ample protection for a lower price. It is readily made and readily prepared if broken. And while not quite so sturdy, it may yet serve to spare a man his doom just as readily as any shield of metal. The imbue shield and spear with your strength to pour your life into the wood that others might preserve their own. This is what it means to be the wood. Such responsibility is not to be taken lightly, child. You have passed the second test, and in doing so have earned the amateur's claw hammer. Though a saw will suffice for many tasks, a carpenter who wields blade and hammer both can perform his trade with greater ease. If you wish to improve as a carpenter, it is essential that you learn to use two tools in combination. Continue to refine your skills and return to me when you are ready to take the next step. Alright, so this will increase our CP and other things. So we're going to go ahead and we already have that. I think we already have that. I guess we'll just go ahead and do that. We don't really need that. Alright, so then complete. Quest complete! Alright, so the next quest I don't think will be available until level 10. Yeah, level 10. But hey, we got a bunch of goodies, and we've had quite a full day here today. Let's go ahead. I mean, come on, we got level 5 Carpenter. That's so high. We'll have to finish off our crafting log here, and we can actually... You might think, hey, wait a minute. No, there's plenty of stuff to craft. You got crafting favorites. I think these are the ones that you craft the most of. I'm still learning about the favorites. And Exile Quest, which is something we'll cover at a later time. We'll have to unlock those guys first, which is also later. So until then, we'll work on this in off hours by simply gathering our materials that our crafting log has entered and working our way up the ladder. But that's going to have to be it for today's episode, and thank you guys so much for joining me for this episode of She Plays Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. Oh, one more piece of advice before we could end the episode. You might be wondering, wait a minute in the crafting log. Wait, these crystals. Now, how do I know where these crystals are? Because it says that I have all these crystals, but I don't see them in my inventory. Well, that's simple, my dear little children. In the key items and crystals, you'll actually see these are all of your shards, these right here are all of your crystals, and these right here are all of your clusters. And that is how you see how many of each one that you have. There is fire, ice, wind, earth, lightning, and water. So, yeah, that's your collection. And how you get said crystals is simply by going about your normal business, battling monsters, or buying them off the market wards, which... you can may or may not recommend, or you can have an awesome FC like I do, and they actually have lots of crystals and lots of shards in storage. So, leaving off on that note, thank you once again for joining me, and yes, this time I mean it when I say I'll see you next time.